Hello, I'm your superhero critic, and I'll stay super as long as you stay awesome, and welcome to Echo Land. Anyway, yeah. Don't worry about this. Let's get back to some trans-related stuff. Maines is best known for her role on Supergirl, but she stands for something that's even bigger in my trans community, as she was the plaintiff of Doe vs. School Unit 26, as one of the very first cases of trans discrimination, allowing most states to follow suit in laws denying school and establishments the right to block trans students from using the bathroom of their chosen gender identity. Nicole would then pursue acting, where she would eventually land the recurring role of Dreamer and be the first transgender on television, playing a superhero. Dreamer herself would be based off of DC's Dream Girl, as an ancestral of said character, becoming a recurring episode. Dreamer herself would become a recurring character based off of DC's Dream Girl in Season 4, debuting as Nia Now, and would become a major character and the turning point of the alien discrimination story going on at that time. We would learn that she is an alien from the planet Naltor, and ends up being the one picked to inherit her generation's Dreamer powers. She would eventually become another hero by Supergirl's side. So I'm going to do something a little bit different than I normally do. Instead of reviewing the entire episode, because a lot of this doesn't actually focus on the transgender aspect, the transgender storyline is the B story of this episode. I'm only going to be focusing on Dreamer's part of this episode. Everything relating to Alex and the virtual world stuff that goes on in this episode, while it's good, it's not the focus of this episode. So that being said, let's take a look at Reality Bites and see why this story is so important in the aspect of Dreamer. Dreamer has been helping take down Dominators while tensions are still strong with Brainy. Later that night, though, Nia's roommate wants her to go with her to a club to meet up with a guy she met on a dating app. And I can already see this going badly. At the club, Nia has a premonition while Yvette is assaulted by the guy pretending online, so she can give a message to Dreamer filled with transphobic hate and bigotry. Once the cops get involved, it's clear that the cops honestly don't care. Nia is angry, but Kara thinks she should not overreact. And this is why I don't go out to clubs or bars. That and I'm epileptic, but that's not the point here. Kara asks Nia to give her a chance, and she agrees, but only for a few hours. Kara then calls Brainy for help, and he is hesitant, but agrees to help, but only after there's no updates, and she makes her own dating profile to draw in the creep, much to Brainy's dismay. Kara researches trans-related crimes, being shocked at more to go. That's the typical response that we get when we mention how many crimes we actually get done to us. Most people don't even think about it because it doesn't affect them. The transphobe connects with Nia, and once they meet up, it's actually Dreamer who shows up. We get a small tussle that 100% shows toxic masculinity and clear hatred towards us trans. Supergirl shows up in time to stop her by reminding her that she is not the villain. Nia, of course, breaks down later on and finally opens up to Kara about everything that includes the stuff with Brainy. Yvette that night is on the verge of closing all of her socials, and Nia helps her out through all of it. I personally feel like the importance of this episode can shine the light on trans crimes and the hatred that we tend to receive from people. The angst and anger Nia has, I feel, is justified, because we are constantly attacked and nothing is usually done about it. And while I understand that most people despise the political aspect that the Arrowverse has created, especially with Supergirl, I feel that this episode was needed in order for our problems to get talked about. So, as I said in this, I feel Dreamer is a really great character, especially for representation on the small screen. And, as I record this, we just got news that Elisa from Batgirl is going to be the first trans superhero character in the big screen. And I personally can't wait to actually see that. So, that being said, January is around the corner. So let's bring in some doom.